Welcome to episode 1 of Meet the Muslims. I'm Ibrahim and this is my co-host Ahmed.
Today we will be discussing the false racial stereotypes spread about Muslim people post the traumatic 9/11 attacks.
In segment 1, we will invite Salman the Muslim onto the show, followed by John, a very well-known racist. Hey Salman, thanks for coming onto the show.
How you going, mate? Thank you for having me.
So Salman, what was the Ground Zero mosque controversy?
Well, during 2010, there was a plan to build an Islamic centre near Ground Zero, in which US society and media labelled as a victory mosque from 9/11, creating a lot of controversy.
So you say the media labelled it as a victory from the 9/11 attacks?
Well, yes. Almost all of the media coverage at the time was against Muslims, and without true fact, along with the large media outlets creating false beliefs and stereotypes against us, all of our protests and advocating against these claims were undermined and overshadowed by the media. The media also used this simple act as a battleground for racial stereotypes and fear. It segregated and created tensions between Muslims and the wider US society. Fueled by the spreading of these dishonest informations, they disregarded honest information and did not rely on credible sources and were primarily one-sided.
Do you have any specific examples of fake news stories that helped perpetuate these false beliefs?
Well, after these claims, there was a campaign led by Pamela Geller built upon the basis that the mosque was just a celebration of the 9/11 attacks. She claimed, "This mosque is no more than a Muslim symbol of triumph, based on stereotypes and false narratives."
How can the media give a better recount of the events?
Well, they need to rely more on the credible information and disregard bias and stereotypes, rather than just hopping on the stereotype bandwagon.
Handing over to my co-host Ahmed on the street.
Good evening, John.
How you going, mate?
Not too bad. On the other hand, John represents the broader American view, recounting perceptions towards Muslims, particularly in the wake of the 9/11 attacks, aligned with the key political activist, Pamela Geller. So, John, what has fueled your view of Muslims?
Well, I mean, them Muslims crashed down our goddamn towers. Man, why would I want to allow them to make mark on our tower by building a mosque? It's almost like we just forgot what they did. Plus, well-educated and well-trusted politician Pamela Geller and her news campaign is aligned with my views on this mosque. Why should I back down?
Well, John, all Muslims are not aligned with the actions of Al-Qaeda, and the news campaign stereotypes Muslims and has avoided the facts.
By accepting the building of Ground Zero Mosque, it's sending a message that us Americans can be bullied by the inferior. And so what if all Muslims aren't the same? They didn't care in 2001. They didn't care now. Fucking mosque.
Well, John, I'm very sorry that you feel that way. Well, thank you, John, for your valuable insight into this current political climate.
Anytime, man.
No worries. We'll meet back in the show for the conclusion of the episode.
Thank you for watching this episode of Meet the Muslims, where Salman and John both incited us into their ideas of what fake news really meant to them and how it influenced their beliefs and their views within society about Muslim post the 9/11 attacks.